combination of compassion and science. I'm sure I'm not the only one here who went into healthcare because they wanted to help people. But here's the thing. We can't take care of others before we take care of ourselves. It's like when you get on an airplane, put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others. So that's what we are doing today. We are putting on our oxygen masks. I'd like to touch on a few of the main points of conversation during this round of negotiations. The point that everybody likes to talk about and focus on is the money, the salary. I get it, it's a big part of it, but we do need to remember there's a lot more to a contract than just money. But let's talk about it. A few of you guys might have heard Jennifer Burrows, Providence, Oregon CEO, state, and I quote, an acute care nurse with a couple years experience makes on average $125,000 a year. The great thing about being unionized is our contracts are public, so I did a little fact check. It would take over 25 years in practice for your base salary to be $125,000. Maybe Providence should enact some dual signing like we do in high-risk medications before they're making these false claims. You know what is also public? The tax filings and salaries of Providence executives. The same woman who was saying, you guys make plenty, is sitting on $900,000 from 2023, $1.1 million with bonuses. So how dare you speak as though we at the bedside are making plenty while you sit with your 7 figures in your office? Another point worthy of noting is our paid time off. Our paid time off is the same as our sick bank. That means your vacation bank can be wiped out with one bad case of the flu. Anybody's kids get sick at daycare? Bye-bye PTO. The time off is essential for our rest and recuperation and rejuvenation. With our current system and inadequate amounts of PTO, we are often choose to either work sick, exhausted, or take that time off. Does that feel right to you? No! All right, say we get sick. That's what healthcare insurance is for, right? These costs are skyrocketing, and many of us can't afford the very thing we are giving to others every single day. Not to mention the transition to Aetna, the third-party administrator, which has left people out of network with their current providers and seeking new care. There are even nurses who are being told they are not covered at the very hospitals they work at. The irony is not lost on us. Caregivers are taking care of patients while struggling to find and afford care for ourselves. As healthcare providers, we are privileged to have high health literacy, and yet even we struggle to navigate the system we are part of. Does that feel right to you? No! Although I've only been a nurse for 7 years, those 7 years include pre-pandemic, pandemic, and post-pandemic nursing. These different areas of healthcare, as well as my position in a unit that works all across the hospital, allows me to view staffing up close and from a broader level. The issue with staffing is its definition changes based on with whom you're talking to. In June of 2024, the implementation of House Bill 2697, a law with the goal of improving staffing levels, Providence unilaterally redefined what being staffed means and reduced our resources on the floor. So what does that look like? That looks like a 24-bed unit, previously having 8 nurses to take care of patients, to now only having 6. That looks like a nurse providing breaks on 4 different units spread out all across the hospital. While we now staff nurses to provide breaks, the assignments day-to-day have subsequently increased. I printed it really big. It's not really that long. This means floors that were previously staffed to acuity and patient needs are now being gridlocked into higher ratios with no flexibility permitted. The bedside nurses, we are the ones that know what our patients need and how to best staff our units. Providence is actively impeding our ability to provide the care our patients and community deserve. Every shift, we are asked to do more with less. Less CNAs, less nurses, More patients, more responsibilities. This means it takes longer to get your wound care, longer to get you to the bathroom, and longer to get your pain meds. Is that what we want for our patients? No! One morning at work a couple months ago, I was rounding on a patient, and she says to me, "You seem really busy. Do you want me to take my meds now or later?" A patient was doing more to support me than my employer was. I'm not sure that's what they mean by ease my way. No patient should ever feel they need to take care of us, should they? No! We are not being greedy. We are not being selfish. We are speaking up and advocating for ourselves because we know our worth and our value and deserve that to be reflected in a contract so that we can provide the best care to our community. Yes, it is a privilege to care for others, and we have compassion. But I'll be damned if we allow our opportunistic employer to take advantage of our integrity and put our patients at risk. I have a long time left in this career, and at this rate, I will not last. This pace is not sustainable for this to be a lifelong career for myself, my coworkers, and for those to come. We are on a beeline to burnout, and we must act now. Because at the end of the day, who are you going to trust? Your coworkers who you work with side by side, or healthcare executives who probably don't even know how to document a set of vitals. When we first sent our 10-day notice, Providence said they weren't going to bargain with us at all. Then they said they would bargain, but only with hospitalists and members from the women's clinic. Then they said, we'll bargain with 2 more units. Then with 6, and now with all units. This is the first time in the history of Providence, Oregon, that they have agreed to bargain with the union members during a strike. And look, I'm not here to lower the bar for them. They should have bargained with us the whole time. But you know what all this means? Our strike is working! Providence is starting to buckle, and that means we have to continue to hold the line. Furthermore, we've seen Providence's desperate ploys to break our strength during the strike. Before the strike, they said, show up day 1 or not at all. Now they said, you know what, come on back Sunday.